Hello guys, my name is Nelson Mandela from Nel City Technologies. Happy New Year 2026, and I know it's been a while, but we are back. We are back with this new energy. We want to do very great things this year, and to those who have been supporting us to this point, we really appreciate our loyal clients, our loyal viewers, and also our loyal subscribers. We say thank you so much. And to our new viewers, kindly subscribe to our channel. We have a lot in plan this year. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Also, watch our previous videos and get to learn one or two things. If you always have inquiries, feel free to send them through our number that is will be posted, or you can simply visit our shop at Ambwere Furaha Building, first floor, Nel City Technologies, Kakamega. So today I want to do a very interesting video. So you find that most of our clients are having a hard time. Someone calls you, my desktop or laptop has an issue. So because they are far away, you need to help them troubleshoot what the issue may be. So you tell someone, open that desktop lid, check for the RAM, ensure it's not connected to the power. You remove the lid, then check RAM. So someone is wondering, what's RAM? So in this video, we want to make some clarifications and do a review on desktop computer parts, the internal parts. I'll not show you what a screen is, what a cable is. Those ones you should know automatically for being a computer user. So what I want to show you is the internal parts, just like we did in our previous videos. There's a video we did on disassembling and assembling of a laptop. We mentioned most of the parts, but in this video we are just simply doing a review. This is the start of our 2026 videos, so we'll start by a review. And please ensure, if you haven't watched our previous videos, kindly watch them. Don't get a hard time identifying your computer parts. Don't have a hard time troubleshooting your laptop. Sometimes you may not find a fundi nearby or a laptop technician or desktop technician to repair for you your laptop, but you find there are some simple steps you need to do to troubleshoot. But before you troubleshoot, the first thing you need to know is some of the parts. You may not know all of them, but you need to know some of those parts, like removing a battery. Maybe you have spilled some tea. Those who normally work with tea on their tabletop, you've spilled some tea on the laptop. You don't need to wait for a whole day because maybe a technician is away. First troubleshooting step should be remove the battery. But you can't remove the battery without knowing what a battery is. Okay, so basically we want to see those some of the parts, and we'll use the readily available materials, different client laptops and different desktop parts to see what we are looking into. So first, we'll look at the CPU and identify just the major parts. For this video, I don't want to confuse anyone. I just want to be simple and straight to the point without any confusions. As we move into more videos, will become technical, and hope you get to learn a lot this year. Now, this is how basically a CPU looks like. So always the first thing, for this case, kindly note, this is a dead machine. We are just using it for illustration. Hope we are on the same page, but it's simple. So first thing, always ensure your CPU is plugged out of power. You should not connect it on power and you want to work on it. That's the first precaution. Number 2, you need to look at the locks, how you open the lid. So you start by removing the lid. So for this case, this is our lid. That's self-explanatory. You just pull out the lid and open. So most of my clients normally have this challenge. To close it, you press it down. Some energy please. So to open, pull it up, this handle, pull up, lid up. So that's how simple it is. And as I already said, I won't be complex in this case, just showing you some of the parts you need to know. But for deep explanation, keep tuned to our channel. We'll be posting more videos regarding the CPU and laptops bit by bit. So for now, there are some 2 major parts I want to show you inside, 2 or 3 major parts I want to show you inside the CPU. First is the power supply. Sometimes people normally have challenge. Let's say there's power outage or electricity goes blackout, then comes back, and your CPU was previously on, then it's now not powering on completely. So the first thing is normally the issue could be on your power supply. So this is the power supply for a CPU, not the motherboard. This is the power supply. So this is what controls power to the motherboard and other components like hard disk, RAM. So you can see the power supply has cables connecting to it. So I'll simply remove it, but I'll show you how to remove it. Just a minute. I want it to be very clear. So you find this is the power supply. So basically power supplies are of different shapes and sizes depending on the machine, but the idea is basically the same. So some can be rectangular, square, or L-shaped like this one, but now the idea is normally the same. Mostly to identify the power supply, you will always locate where the power port is. This is the power port. So normally this is where you insert your power cables, like now this one. So this normally where you insert your power cable. Power cable is normally something like this. It has the side where you insert to the socket, and this other end where you insert to your CPU. So the moment you see this point, that's already the power supply. Shape may be different from this, but the idea is basically the same. So I'll return that back to its position. So that's it, power supply and the cables. So you'll find sometimes this other cable from the motherboard, this one. For some cases, you'll find this cable is linked directly to the power supply. What matters is this front part. So this is the power cable for the hard disk, for the hard disk and for the DVD drive. So if we look at this part, you will see this flat end. So this other end has 4 ports. This is what goes to the motherboard. This one. There are shapes here, so you simply align it. It's that simple. But for most troubleshooting cases, what you need to know is the power supply and where it goes, and the second part you need to identify is the hard disk, the DVD drive, and the RAM. Will just be simple and straight to the point. We don't want to be complex. But in our next videos, we'll analyze the motherboard and what it does. So this cable now directs power from the power supply through the motherboard to your hard disk. So as we had said, if you remember, we have hard disk and SSD. So this is a client machine. It's dusty, but don't mind as long as you get the explanation. So this cable, the flat end, normally gets inserted there, and also it can be inserted on the DVD drive. So this is the DVD drive and this is the hard disk. You can either connect this to your hard disk, to your DVD drive, or if you have several hard disks, for example, this hard disk can be returned back here, and we call it slaving. We can slave another hard disk so that we have 2 hard disk drives in this machine. So this second one normally comes under the power supply, so it will be positioned somewhere there so that when this goes back, this other hard disk is safely located down there. So it can support 2 hard disks and 1 drive. Okay, so our cable supports 2 hard disks. By 2 hard disks we mean this joint at this power port, and this power port, and this power port. There are 3 of them. So we have 2 hard disks and 1 drive. DVD drive, the normal DVD drive that you know of. So number 2, we have these cables. These are called SATA cables. This is what will be inserted at this other side of the hard disk, and this other part of the hard disk, and this other side of the drive. So SATA cables are normally the same thing. Shape here doesn't matter, but it's simply the same thing. It can go either way, either that side, or we can simply use this side. So from this, we connect it to the motherboard so that this is what passes data, and this other cable, the one with the yellow, black, red, is what passes power to this drive. Without this power line, this hard drive can't work, and without this SATA cable, this hard drive won't work. It won't be detected because yes, it will be powered on, but now there is no data coming in or out because this cable is not connected. So those are some of the important things you need to know. The hard drive, if someone tells you your hard drive is spoiled or your hard disk is spoiled, this is what they mean. And one last or second last part that I want us to talk about is the RAM. How you remove and return these RAM sticks. Let's start with removing RAMs at this slot, then see how normally RAMs are different, because this is the part that normally confuse my client. So first, identify these 2. It can be white. For some machines there are 4 slots, 2 white and 2 black. They can be alternative, 2 white, black, white, black, or they can be 2 white and black. For this case, let's remove this and see. So we'll look at these locks, or we call them clips. So I'll push this white part on the left, then push this other side also down. So when I've pushed the second one already, the RAM stick is off from the ridge, so I can simply take it out. Let's try again. For this case, it's black. I'll push the first one, then push the second one, 2. You see, the RAM comes out on its own, so I can simply remove the RAM. So when you as a client call and ask me about RAM, simply read what is written on the piece of RAM. For example, for this case, this client has 1 GB and 1 GB of RAM. So it means this machine has 2 GB of RAM combined, because this 1 GB RAM stick and this also 1 GB RAM stick. So simply to identify types of RAM, you simply read what's on the RAM. For this case, we have 1 GB PC3. This other one is too tiny. Also, the writing is tiny. 1 GB PC3. So to avoid complications, simply be reading what's on the sticker here when you're making a call. So to return it back, simply find this ridge and align it with the notch. So you place it well aligned. When it's well aligned, you press it down. It will lock on itself. So you press this other side, press. So normally when you press, the end that is fitted well will lock, then you press the other side also to lock. Okay, so when it's locked, I can remove it. When it's unlocked from both ends, I can remove it. So you press it down, align it well, press it down on one end and again on the other end. When it's well clipped, it can't be removed unless we unlock. So the second one, let's place it here so that you can see it well. So I'll align. Again, I'll align. Ensure these locks are way down from the RAM, the unlocked. So I'll press locked. Again, so if I leave it this way, this machine won't work because this other side is still hanging in the air. So the signals at this RAM bridge won't be complete. So I have to lock this one too. It's locked. So you can see, if I push this up, I can't remove it. If I push this up, I can't remove it. Desktop and laptop RAMs are different. So for the desktop, they are normally long. For the laptop, they are normally short, almost half that of the desktop. So you can see that here, the space remaining is like half this other one. You see? Or let me use this other. Let me place 2 of them. So it's like 2 RAM sticks. The length is same to the desktop. So the desktop RAMs are longer than laptop RAMs. So I'll brush it up. This is the power supply. This one. The hard disk can be found here. You simply pull the cable up. So this is the hard drive or hard disk. Size is normally also written on the hard disk. You can simply read on it and see, like this one is 250 GB. So, and this other part is the RAM. So those are what I want you to know today. We'll also look at the other parts in our next video. The motherboard, the processor and the fans, we'll look at them in our next video. To close the lid, you first start with the front part, ensure it's well inserted, then you lock down. Front first, then align it, then press so that this lock will intersect. Push it down, then it locks. Now good, we move to the laptops. So this also a client's laptop. We'll use it for illustrations. So this is the back side. From the back side you can see it's completely locked. I can't be able to see the inside of this. So different laptops have different kinds of locks. For this case, we have screws around the border. This 840G1, there's a padlock sign, meaning this is the lock to our lid. So to unlock it, we push it aside. We push aside, so it's unlocked. By us seeing this red part, this part is unlocked. So I can simply push off this lid by doing this. You just slide it. Okay, so that's basically we've removed the lid. When I want to lock it back, I simply align it, ensure the border lines are straight, and push it forward, slide it forward. So I'll simply help myself with the grip. So push it forward, unlock, pull it, then lock, push it forward, lock. So if I lock this towards the padlock, I cannot be able to remove this unless I break it. But to remove it, I simply push and unlock. Today we won't open the entire laptop. We'll simply look at those things that we can see. This is the battery. So for this case, now that the battery is inside, we'll call it an internal battery because we can't see the inside. So I'll unlock. This is the battery. So to unlock this battery, I have to push this back. You can see that red part. Push this back and also push this back. So you can also see the red part. So to remove this battery from here, I simply pull it up. As simple as that. So this is an internal battery. To return it, you can see this area is what locks. So normally the shape of the locks will help you determine how you return it back. So for some cases, I normally tell my clients, if you aren't sure with what you are doing, simply record yourself doing that practice, so that the time you are returning all the parts where they were, you can simply review your video and do it correctly. So to return it back, I'll start with this end first, this end, then push it down to lock. So when I lock this and lock this, I can't be able to remove this battery. You see, I have to apply too much energy, which can damage the motherboard. This blue part is the motherboard and everything else normally connect to the motherboard. So unlock this and remove the battery. Let's see this other case. For this case, you can see we have the lid here and we have this part. So we have two unlock buttons, so this one and this one. So if I push them both, you can see I can now pull this away. This is the lid. So you push this. This is the lid. And for our case here, the battery is external. So I can simply remove it by pushing it away. So this is our battery. If I return this here, so you can see this is the battery part, this is the battery part. Inside, outside, this is still covered. So outside, external battery, inside, internal battery. Next, so what is this? This is the hard disk. You can see that this is the hard disk, so it's located at this point. You will not have a hard time identifying that. Now my major essence for doing this video is this part. What is this? This is the laptop RAM. So basically, how do you remove RAM from the laptop? You push the metallic locks outward. For the desktop, you push it outward and downwards. For the laptop, you simply push them outwards. For the desktop, outwards, downwards. Okay, so I'll pull them away from each other. You see, if I pull, the RAM comes up. If I push back, it locks. If I pull, it comes up. So I can comfortably remove the RAM. As I had said, desktop RAMs are longer than laptop RAMs. So I can't upgrade this laptop by using a desktop RAM. You see, it can't fit. There's no way this one will fit on either side. Okay, so I have to look for a laptop RAM, but before I use that, I also have to check the kind of RAM it is. For this case, this is PC3. For example, all these two are laptop RAMs, but one is not compatible with the other. If I use this is written here PC3L, and this one is written here PC2. So these RAMs are different. If I use this PC2 here, it can't fit because this notch is far away towards the end. So you can see that. Can see these notches are way different. One is to the end and this other one is almost to the center side. So I can't use an incompatible RAM to upgrade a laptop. I have to make sure the RAM is compatible. So when you are making your calls and you're far away, look into that. That's majorly my interest in this video today. That's the point I needed to emphasize on. How the RAMs from a desktop differentiate to the RAM from a laptop. And laptop RAMs are also not compatible with the other. You have to check on the specification. Is it PC3? Is it PC2? Is it PC4? Or is it PC5? The current types of RAMs. So to return it back, I simply insert that back and push it down. To remove it, pull outward, then it will come out, then I simply remove. Same to this other slot, I simply push it in, then down until I feel that locking or clicking sound. It means it has locked comfortably. So we have other peripherals like the fan. We won't go deep to the functions because we were majorly reviewing the major parts, and my emphasis was basically on the RAMs, how to remove a RAM and return it back, because majorly you normally find for some cases your laptop isn't displaying, or for some cases your CPU is beeping 3 times. So those 3 beeps normally indicate that your RAM has an issue, maybe it's faulty or dusty. So that's my emphasis in this video. Know how to remove the RAM, to return the RAM, and to differentiate different RAM from the other. If we look at this other machine, you can see for this case these 2 machines, their RAMs are compatible. I can remove this RAM here, and insert it here. Let me use the upper one. Insert it here, you see, but I haven't done the complete thing, so I have to push it down so that it locks. The moment you hear that clicking sound or locking sound, it means this RAM is well fitted in that slot. But if it is not compatible, it won't fit. You see, for this case this can't fit here because of this notch. This one is far away from this other one. So for this case, insert, press down, lock. Don't use too much energy on this. You can't force it to lock. It's a simple thing. Even if I use the other slot, the second slot, I'll simply push it in there, then down. It locks. Okay, so that's it. For this other case also, the hard disk is at this point and the fan is at this point. So some laptops will have the hard drive, the disk drive, but for some will not. Some will simply have the USB ports on this side and USB ports on this side. Different laptops have different components. Some will have, in our next video we'll also look at those having SSDs on the motherboard. Normally SSDs will be written like this and will be fitted there, but we'll look into that. Laptops and desktops are different. For desktops, they don't have the batteries, so you'll only find the power supply in the desktop. Thank you for watching up to this point. Hope you've gotten to learn 1 or 2 things, and if you had watched our previous videos, hope there's something you've learned during the review process. And to our new viewers, these are the kind of videos we normally do: educative content to help sort our client issues. Some of our clients are normally far away from Kakamega, but we have to ensure they are sorted. We have so much in plan. So if you have any inquiries, feel free to always contact us via our number 0741417512 or our social media handles: Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, NLCT Technologies on social media platforms. And kindly, after watching this video to the end, subscribe. Click that subscribe button, click that like button, and we'll be posting more videos that are very, very educative. This year is very different. We'll have so much energy and so much in store for you. We are NLCT Technologies. We offer you great deals at affordable prices. Thank you for watching. Bye.